없어요. 존경스러운 아버지로, 근정 훈장 수상자 아버지로 남아주세요.
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today we will be reacting to episode 4 of TheGlory, the series that is currently streaming on Netflix. And basically we left off with our good sis, Dong-Eun, revealing herself as being back in front of all the people who are responsible for the bullying of her in high school. They all know she's back in town. They all know how much they could lose in their now adulthood lives and in their terms of their reputation and their livelihood if anything that she knows about them and their behavior in the past comes to light. And now we're going to go ahead and see what she's going to do now that she literally has the power over these people. I am so excited to see what she's going to do here. But yet again, before we get into the reaction, I also want to say the disclaimer here. So there is, in this particular episode, there is, you know, as in all the other episodes prior, this is it could be a very triggering episode to people who have had bullying in the past. And so I want to preface that, lead with that, and basically say this show will have instances where they have examples of domestic abuse, they will have sexual situations, the language, violence, smoking, etc. That is what gives it the TV mature rating. So I do recommend it if any of these things are triggering to you, for you, and they'll also have instances of bullying. And they do have blood in the series, not a lot, but you know, for some people, any kind of violence followed by like the physical representation of blood can be triggering. So if any of that is triggering for you, I do not recommend watching this reaction. I do recommend watching another reaction that I have either on my Patreon, or if you're watching this on YouTube, on my channel. And I'm gonna just leave that there. So that is the end of the disclaimer. I've let y'all know what this show entails. I don't want nobody to be triggered, so I'm like letting you know that it does have those elements and those themes. And if you're not comfortable with that, or you feel like this could possibly be triggering for you, once again, I do recommend you look at another reaction video either on my channel, or if you're watching on Patreon, another reaction on my Patreon. And from there, we will go forward with the viewing of episode 4 and seeing what is going to happen here. And she still hasn't learned her place.
그래서 넌 다 잃었어? 적당히 고급진 직업은 가진 것 같고 조건 좋은 남자와 가장 예쁠 때 결혼하고 행복하게 살고 있어? 넌 해냈을 거야? 그치 박연지? 네 아빠 거.
So his dad died
이제 네 거야.
by the hands of the patient he saved? That's really crazy.
누구라고?
Well, she gonna go crazy, but she's not trying to do anything to her daughter, because she's not like you. She's not a bully.
선생님은 그 옷 사준 엄마, 그 차 태워준 아빠, 그 집 사준 할머니 할아버지까지 용서를 빌게 할 거야.
Come on now. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about.
앞으로 잘 지내보자.
Her daughter really likes her though. That's the interesting part. This is so off topic, but what is on this man's head? Because I'm not sure if it's his hair that he grew, or they put a wig on my guy's head and just said, let's roll the cameras. I need whoever styled this to come to the front of the room. That's what I really need, because what is happening? It is giving that kid from Ned's Declassified School Survival's Guide. And I will edit it in editing so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. I do not remember his name, but it's giving that kid. It's giving that same hairstyle. I just had a comment on it because it's not giving what it could. It's not giving what it could. and they need to do people better. They need to do people right. Unless that's supposed to be the whole point of his character. But even then, you need to make sure his hair is right, y'all. The stylist, come to the front. We need to discuss what is happening here. What is happening here? Oh, and then he has the nerve to make baseless accusations with that hairdo. This is something. You know what? They're trying to add humor here. But this man making these type of accusations with that hair, it's taking me out. It's taking me out. Oh, goodness. And you work around children and you're talking like that publicly? No.
누구 좋으라고? 나 같은 나쁜 년도 이렇게 잘만 사는데 내가 왜? 살아있으니 이렇게 또 만났잖아 우리. 특히 오늘 너무 재밌어.
대학을 갔어?
네 선생님. 다 선생님 덕분이에요.
He was too much of a coward to have the truth come out while he was still alive about all his misdeeds that he did at the high school. He was too much of a coward to face the accountability for what he did, not just against her, but against every student that came into his class and that told the same story as her that he didn't protect. He was too much of a coward to face the accountability of his actions. So I already know what he did. I already know what he most likely did.
감사합니다.
그나마 다 거짓말해. 들고 없어.
He showed his true colors in the street. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This was the same man that was slapping her as a child when she was 15, 16 years old in the room full of teachers, and they had to pull him off of her. And they did not report his behavior to the authorities. So every teacher in that room was just as guilty as him who was slapping her, because he didn't go to jail for that. He still was continuing to be an educator after that. That's the crazy part. So he deserves every bad thing that's about to come out about his life. And he deserves for his son to know every bad thing, because he really tried to keep it from them for so long. And now his reckoning is here, and I'm happy for it.
이제 아버지가 제게 해주실 수 있는 거 하나밖에 없어요. 존경스러운 아버지로, 근정 훈장 수상자 아버지로 남아주세요. 수아라, 잠만 좀.
He said you need to continue to be the father I can respect. Son of the year. Son of the year. Son of the year. Son of the year. Truly, honestly, truly.
담임 자신이지.
Truly, 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 truly. Okay, let me tell you that man's son is an MVP. Because, yeah, same. If somebody who is my same age was to tell me that a parental figure that I trusted did something as heinous and evil as what he did against her alone, I would make sure that somehow, some way, they wouldn't be here to cause anybody no more hurt, because they don't deserve to exist as a respected member of society when they've been guilty of doing harm like that to a child, of encouraging the harm of a child by other children over something as simple and as foolish as money. That was his whole motivation for protecting those bullies from all of their actions that they did at that high school. Money. And if you can be so easily swayed as an educator of youth, as a teacher of young people to be functional members of society, if money can sway you that easily to look the other way and to be abusive and condone abuse of other children, you truly don't deserve to exist. Truly don't. Truly don't. So like I said, his son is the MVP because he didn't kill him. The flowers did. It was a bad allergic reaction. And he couldn't get his inhaler to his father in time, unfortunately. So that happened. So sad. So sad. Truly, so sad. I respect it because he's thinking of it as from a man's perspective. A real man's perspective. He would never do that. He would never ignore the pleas of a child for help and turn the other way. He would never bully a child into changing the reason why she wanted to leave the school because it would make you look like a negligent teacher. Truly, utterly insane. Truly and utterly insane. He deserved what he got. And I find it very ironic and very hilarious that the main person he didn't want to find out about his actions is the main person who made sure he paid for his actions. Oh, it's truly cosmic. Truly ancestral, really. Like his bloodline was looking down upon him and said, no, not no more. You're done. And not only are you done, we're going to make sure your own descendant makes sure you're done. I'm like, and then on top of that, once you're gone, you wake up to flames. I mean, I really do. My girl. I love her so. Is he still thinking about her? Sir, what is... You're married.
왜 이런 거니?
What?
있어?
And she's still... Wow. Wow.
보내주신 사진은 잘 받았어요. 소희 사진도 잘 쓸게요. 감사합니다, 선생님. 당연히 해야지. 그땐 나도 어렸어서. 이겨.
Yep, me too. I'm good with her.
18살 운동운도 36살 운동운도 응원한다.
Don't make us tear up, Miss Lady. Don't make us tear up.
이길게요, 선생님.
18. 18 years, you can have a whole child. That's an adult in that time. That's how long it's been. 18 years, almost 20 years ago when all this happened. You know, this is why the show is showing why there needs to be harsher penalties for people who bully and abuse people in these schools. And whether it be high school, whether it be middle school, they need to be punished severely. Because the scars that they can leave on people's bodies, their minds, and their spirits, those can't be washed away all the time. You can't untrigger somebody when they've been through things like what she's been through. Every time she looks at a curling iron or anything hot, for that matter, she could be triggered. Anytime she looks at a school or somebody in a uniform, she could be triggered. Like, there are so many layers to this, and they're just really scratching the surface. They're really giving us a filtered view of what it's like to be a victim of this type of bullying. And it needs to be seen, and we need to talk about it, and there needs to be changes in the way that schools and school systems, not just in South Korea, but all around the world, deal with things like this. Because these people who are going through this bullying, they matter. And they need to be protected, and they deserve to be believed, and they deserve to have justice. And not have to worry about somebody with money and connections not being held accountable for the evil they did against them. So this is necessary. And I'm glad that they're doing it, because it's necessary, and it needs to be said, and it needs to be seen.
모르지 않았어?
뜨거운 걸 몸에다 왜 대? 너무 나쁘다. 그럼 혼나야 돼. 나 친구들이랑 어머학살 할 거야.
What? This little girl, she said you should be scalded then. That's so cruel. Girl, her daughter is elite. She is not. And her biological father is not. Now this random man that's taking care of her like that's really his daughter, even though he doesn't know it isn't. He might be legitimately okay. I don't know. The fact that he's attracted to this viper. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But the fact that she's showing her true bullying intentions in front of her husband that doesn't know that she's been a bully, chef's kiss. Because why would you say, did somebody put something hot on you? What? She is literally messing herself up. She's revealing her own true colors.
순진한 남자 눈치고 울리기도 하고.
I love that answer.
별로였어.
Yeah, true.
매운탕하며 서로를 갉아먹겨. 좋죠? 도박.
So this is a flirting game? She better take everything from this woman. Everything. Oh my goodness. It just gets better, y'all. When I think it can't get no better, it do. It did. Wow. Like, she is so cerebral with it. Like, all of the planning that she had to do over the last 18 years is truly coming to fruition. And I love this for her. I love that she's getting her revenge one by one, bit by bit, piece by piece, and is breaking them down in the process to where they are exposing themselves without her even having to do anything. I love that. The fact that she's planting seeds of actual ethics in Yeonjin's daughter, and Yeonjin's daughter is coming at her for saying crazy things out of nowhere and correcting her own mother who has bullying tendencies. I find that so ironic, so crazy. And then now she's doing the game of Go with Homegirl's husband, and he's like engaging in the flirtation that this game of Go represents. I mean, and then on top of that, she got old boy working for her because he likes to chase after money, and so he'll do anything for money. And then we have the fact that Homegirl's daughter is not the biological daughter of her husband. It is the biological daughter of Homeboy who's colorblind. I mean, that's why the daughter is colorblind. It's hereditary. So that is just something. This is going to be interesting where this goes in episode 5. But thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this reaction. If you're watching this on YouTube, once again, you can watch the full version on Patreon. I will link my Patreon down below. And once you become a patron, you can watch the full version of all of the Glory episodes, reactions, as well as my other reactions that I have on Patreon that might not be on YouTube at all. So I know I have some content on Patreon that's not on YouTube at all yet. And you can look at that content as well. And also don't forget to like and leave a comment about what you think about this episode. What questions did you have? What questions do you want to get answered within the next the next 4 episodes, between 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we'll discuss that in the comments. And also don't forget to subscribe to get more content from me and to support a fellow YouTuber or to support a creative, because support is nice. And as always, I will be back with more videos of TheGlory and other reactions as well. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.